So the U.S. men's national team suffered their first loss of the World Cup qualifying to Panama. Now, before this game even started, I looked at this starting lineup and I couldn't believe what we were putting out there. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't going against anyone that started, but the only guy on that starting roster that should have been out there, considering this was a World Cup qualifying match, was Musa, okay? Keep in mind, Pulisic's injured, Reyna's injured. Other than that, I don't understand why Pepe didn't start. I don't understand why Aronson didn't start. I don't understand why McKinney didn't start. I don't understand why both Robinsons didn't start. Dest didn't start. What are we doing, Berhalter? This is a World Cup qualifying match. We have to win these games. And if you didn't know, we didn't qualify for the last one, okay? And losing to Panama, although it was at Panama and the field was horrible, we'll get into that in a minute. It was the first ever loss to Panama in a World Cup qualifying match. I think the team needs to be on high alert right now. Going into this game against Costa Rica, the urgency needs to be there. Whatever it is with this team, every first half so far has looked bad. It hasn't looked average, it hasn't looked good, it's looked bad. For whatever reason, this team can't come out strong. Every first half is lackadaisical with these guys. I don't know if Berhalter needs to get under their ass, needs to have a better pep talk, needs to change the warm-up, needs to change the pregame meal, maybe what they do the night before. But the boys look like they have no energy in these first halves. And if we want to qualify for Qatar, we got to start getting out to early leads. And we got to start playing our best players. Like I said, I understand Reyna's hurt, Pulisic's hurt. I understand that. But for the other guys that I mentioned, I don't understand why they weren't playing. If they can come in the second half, Pepe came in second half, Aronson came in second half, Yeldon came in second half, Adams came in second half. I don't understand why Adams didn't start. I forgot to mention him. He's a starter that we need. If they can come in off the bench in the second half, why can't they start the game? I understand you want to get guys minutes, but I said in my previous video, if we got a lead early in this game, maybe we bring in some guys to test them out. This isn't the time to try out players. This is the time to win games. We know who our best players are, okay? We know who they are. If you watch the game, if you've been around it, Berhalter knows who his top 11 are. So why isn't he putting them out there? Maybe there were some lingering injuries. Maybe some guys were tired. But like I said, if they're coming in the second half, why aren't they starting? There's no reason those guys I named were not in the starting lineup, okay? I mean, Zardes, are you serious? Areola? Those two have no business even being on this team, if you ask me. If I was the head coach, no offense to these guys, I understand they can play the game in the MLS, but these guys aren't going to get us to a World Cup. They're not even going to get us qualified. We got some figuring out to do, because come Wednesday against Costa Rica, if we don't come out hot and we lose this game, we're in trouble. Keep in mind, right now we're sitting second behind Mexico. Panama now is in third, and Canada is fourth. But there's got to be a sense of urgency. There's got to be, okay? One thing I want to talk about was the field. Now, you can make excuses all day about the field, the ref, the weather. At the end of the day, you got to get the win, okay? The field in Honduras wasn't great, but we figured it out. I understand the field was small, and a field like that usually, helps out the team that's less technical, it doesn't have the better players. But at the end of the day, it's just an excuse. I think CONCACAF needs to step in and make regulations for fields, make requirements, because that field was absolutely shocking. That looked like a field that I played on when I was in 8th grade in the back lot. I mean, come on, Panama. I understand times are tough, but that field was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And for a World Cup qualifying match, I thought there was actual standards. I thought FIFA came in and graded the fields, and only certain fields were allowed for World Cup qualifying. Who knows? Maybe that's not a thing anymore because CONCACAF can't even afford VAR. I mean, come on, really? I don't know. At the end of the day, not having VAR, the field being small, being bad, whatever, those are just excuses. We need to put our best players out there to start, play them a majority of the game, and then go into the bench if we need to. These aren't the type of games to figure out who's good, who's gonna fit in where. That was for this summer in the Nations League, the Gold Cup, okay? At this point, we know who needs to be starting. We know who our best guys are. I don't know, I'm disappointed. 1-0 loss to Panama, first ever loss. Not a good look, guys. Not a good look. And I want this team to do well. I want us to get to the World Cup, okay? But it's not going to happen with this type of starting lineup, okay? Some of these guys have no business even being on the roster. I'm not even talking about starting. I'm talking about being on the roster. Like I said, if I'm the head coach, I'm not even putting Zardes on the team. I'm sorry. I mean, he scored. He did score. I'll give him that. But it was for Panama, okay? And Areola, I mean, I don't know what it is. He can't connect the pass. In the final third, he just looks nervous. He looks nervous. I like his effort defensively. He bangs into guys. I like that. But it's not going to win you games. Aronson and Areola, it's not even close. I mean, you're talking about two different classes. Pepe and Zardes, not even close in terms of class. I mean, I don't know what Berhalter was thinking, but that was his worst lineup he's put out yet. Now, you can't be too mad at Berhalter because he's 28, 7-5 since he took over the team. Okay? The guy has a good record. You can't argue that. But like I said, the only player I thought that should have been starting was Musa. I think that kid can play. I think he's a starter for us in the midfield, okay? But everyone else, no offense, I don't think they had any business in there. Turner, I thought he did decent. Turner's 9-1-2 with the U.S. men's national team. You can't be mad at that. The kid can play. I should say Musa and Turner, okay? Turner, I have no problem being a starter, but I don't know, man. We got to figure something out. Because with that lineup, we're going to be on the sidelines again. We're going to be on the outside looking in. We might have to play for, a playing game. Because Mexico, against that lineup, would have absolutely destroyed us. Canada would have beat us, okay? Panama beat us. We got to figure it out. Wednesday against Costa Rica is a must win. It's a must win, okay? Guys, I don't really have much else to say. I'm disappointed. I'm a bit irritated, but on to the next one. I guess we can't win them all right? Thanks again for tuning in. If you like the video, hit the subscription button, and I'll make a video after the game against Costa Rica, but we got to figure it out, and we got to have a sense of urgency in the first half. Can't be lackadaisical anymore coming out of the gates. It's going to hurt us, and it's a bad trend to have going into the World Cup. It's not going to win you games if you get there playing like that, all right? Anyways, guys, I'm out.